Hello, hello, and welcome back to Uncharted and Unfiltered, a journey back to you. I am Cynthia, and today we are about to take a dive. Not a quick dip, but a full on descent. We are going to go underground into the spaces and places where power, your power, lives, or more often than not, hides. But before I get there, I want to share that yesterday I read this quote. You are so powerful that when you think you're not, you're not. That really sat with me. It really cracked open something in my mind. Now, I know that we all know that we have power. It is a concept that we love to talk about. We hear it in motivational speeches, we see it in self help books, and there's almost this mythical idea that one day we're going to tap into it in its full force. Now, power in this sense isn't about control. It's not about force. It's about presence. It's about belief and the energy that you bring into every space and place that you enter. It's the quiet confidence in your own abilities, the courage to trust yourself, and the influence that you have simply by being you. Power is not something that is granted, it is something realized. Now, I just want to highlight everything here with one statement. You are as powerful as you believe. Your power moves with you, it responds to you, and it mirrors what you believe to be true. So if you trust in your own strength, it shows up in your actions, in your voice, and the way that you move and carry yourself through the world. So when I read this quote last night, again, something clicked and it felt like a deep truth that I needed to explore more because I actually don't think, I mean, I've talked about power on the podcast before. I've even shared a class that I was facilitating on how to find the power within you. And at the same time, I don't think that we talk about the other side of power enough. The ways in which we actively make ourselves powerless, if you will, the subtle, under the radar ways that we hand it over without even realizing it, not because our power disappeared, not because it was never there, but because you told it to stand down. So come with me on this journey. Imagine that you are holding a lantern and that you're in a dark cave. Now, you might find this a little bit funny, but I'm going to share it with you. As I'm recording this in this moment, I am sitting inside of a very pitch dark black walk-in closet that I decided I wanted to try to record in so that I could see what the sound quality was like. And so, come along with me. I'm all about that. Like, I'm here doing the work with you. I'm also looking for the ways in which I am giving my own power away. I am no better than you, no different than you. I am a human being, not a human doing. And I'm doing the work to shift and to change and to step into my own power. So, again, imagine that you're holding a lantern, you're in a dark cave, you're standing at the entrance of this cave. But the deeper you go, the more the walls close in. Your power is in there. It's not lost, it's not absent, it's not external. It is right there in the shadows of your own mind. Now, the trick is when you doubt it, the walls close in a little tighter. And when you believe in it, the space opens up and suddenly you can see things in a whole new way. And that's where we're headed today, into the places where you've let those walls close in and how we can change the story. So here's my first thought. What if power isn't something we're granted? What if it's not the prize that someone hands us when we do enough work or achieve enough or get recognized enough? What if power is like an electric current? It is just there. It is always available, but it's only flowing when you plug into it. And so I'm just going to invite you back into my personal world for a moment. The reason why I love this imagery so much is because today, as I was writing this episode, my husband was putting in new lights in our hallway. And it just occurred to me, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been there all along. That's all we have to do is tap into it. So we tend to think of power as something to be taken, something you either fight for or you deserve or you have or you don't. But if it isn't given and it's not something you win, it's something that responds to you. Power moves with your belief. Just think about that for a second. The moment you tell yourself you have power, all of a sudden it's there, it shows up. And the moment that you tell yourself you don't, that's when the cave feels smaller. So let's pause here for a moment. Can you recall a time when you told yourself you did not have what it takes? Maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was this morning. What happened in that moment? If you can drop into that version of you that had that thought, did you shrink? Did you retreat? Or did you get stuck in the middle of indecision and frustration? What happened for you? Now just think about how often we unconsciously do this in our careers, in our leadership, in our lives. You step into a room and immediately you tell yourself, I'm not the smartest person here. Maybe you look around and you think that everybody else has it more together than you. And then that thought has you shrink a little, even though nothing about the situation has changed. You've already decided your power doesn't belong here. Now, maybe you hold back an idea during a meeting because you don't want to seem quote unquote too much. In those moments, you're handing over your power. I was handing my power over when I did that. I've experienced all of these moments. Those are the moments that you've already decided you don't belong or that your ideas are less than. And the walls of that cave start closing in on you. It's not that the power left, it never left. It's just that your belief in it wavered. And when that happens, everything changes. The narrative changes, your experience changes, and suddenly you're looking around thinking, how the hell did I get here? Or, how the hell can I get out of here? So let's explore. What if you stopped? What if you flipped the script on all of that self sabotage? Not in some massive life changing way. No, we're talking small shifts, baby steps. What if instead of shrinking back, you simply said, I'm showing up. This is who I am. In this moment, as I'm here talking to you, I am showing up. I'm in the closet on the floor in my damn house. And this is who I am. What if instead of apologizing, you said, I'm here? And listen, I remember being a young leader noticing how often I apologized. And I really had to work so hard to stop doing that. And if I can, of course you can. So, what if instead of asking for permission or approval, you either said or declared, I'm moving forward with this, or I'm doing this thing, whatever the thing is. I'm doing it now, or whenever you're going to do it. What if instead of holding yourself or your thoughts back, you just spoke up or you spoke your truth without hesitation and then let go of anything that happens next? The perceptions, the judgments, the thoughts, the decisions, the energy, the attachments, the outcomes, all the need to control, all of the things. Just let go of everything that happens next. Now let's dig a little deeper into why we make ourselves small. Why do you think we do this? Here's one reason. It's safe. You have heard of imposter syndrome, right? That feeling of I don't belong here or I'm not enough. It's so common. And I know that I talk about this all the time on the podcast, but it's the thing that I see, especially in high achievers. But it's rooted in the fear of being exposed, of being found out. And so we shrink ourselves to avoid being seen or being seen as too much or not enough. But that's not your power talking. That's fear talking. And when you let fear dictate your actions, you give up your agency. You trade your power for comfort, for certainty, but at the cost of playing small. And in those moments, you keep yourself trapped in the cave. So, what if you stopped apologizing for taking up space? What if you stopped waiting for someone to tell you that you're ready and just started acting like you already are? It's not about waiting for some external validation. It's about recognizing that you already are ready. And when you start showing up as if you are, you shift everything because you're building the belief that you are. And it all shifts with your belief. Now, here's an example that hits so close to home for so many. Have you ever avoided speaking up in a meeting? You were thinking some version of, this isn't the right time, or I'm not sure if they're going to agree with me. I'm not sure if they're going to like me. I'm not sure if they're going to like what I'm going to say. I mean, I could go on. You've let your fear of judgment make your decisions. You've given that moment of opportunity over to the possibility of rejection, which might not happen. But if you trusted yourself instead, what if instead of holding back, you shared your idea with conviction, no matter the reaction? Again, not being attached to the outcome. That's the shift. It's about giving yourself the freedom to act without letting the fear of rejection or judgment close those walls back in. Now, let's talk about a time that we all do this, even without realizing it, the apology. How many times have you apologized for something that wasn't your fault? The subtle apology that says, I don't want to be a burden, or I'm so sorry for existing in this space, which is what we're saying, even if we don't say that. Just think about that for a moment. That simple phrase is one of the most common ways that we diminish ourselves and our power when we apologize for something that's not even our fault. So, what if you owned your presence in the room? What if instead of shrinking back, you took a deep breath and you said, I'm here. I belong here. My ideas matter. What would that feel like? Some of you listening may never have said that yet. So I invite you to go in your bathroom in front of the mirror and say that to yourself so that you can see and feel how it feels. Because here's my question for you. How many times today have you allowed yourself to be small? Not because you are, but because you've convinced yourself you should be. Again, think about that. What happens when you let that tiny action, that micro shift play out again and again and again? How much of your day, your week, your life gets spent in that cycle? Now, let's get to the real fun part. Let's start changing the narrative because the power isn't something you're waiting to earn. It's already yours. It's the electrical outlet that's already there. The moment you start believing in it, it responds to you. Think about it. Every time you say, I can't, or I'm not capable, or I'm too small, you shrink your power. Again, it didn't go anywhere. You stopped seeing it. You stopped believing that it's there. So how do you bring it back? How do you start recognizing it again? It starts by acknowledging it in small moments. Every time you take a step forward, showing up for yourself, you're claiming your power. And every time you make yourself small, you're giving it away. So here's what I want to leave you with today. What would happen if you stopped shrinking and started fully, unapologetically owning your power? What would shift in your life if you began to stop hiding and start truly showing up for yourself, not because you've earned it, but because you already are it? You already are it. Remember, you have been holding the lantern all along. It's just time to light the way. The lantern isn't external, it's a reflection of your inner belief. And it's so absolute that the moment you doubt, it bends to your belief. The power is within you, in your hands, always. It's just about whether you're willing to light up the dark corners of your life or continuing to walk in the shadows. So, what will it be? Will you hold your lantern close and hide from the darkness? And I've done that. Or will you let it shine brightly, guiding you and others through it? And that's what I'm wanting to be doing right now. So if you're ready to light up the dark corners of your life, click the link in the show notes and schedule your free discovery call. Power isn't given, it isn't taken, it's recognized. And today, I hope that you recognize yours. Thank you so much for journeying back with me today. I hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you back here, same time, same place, next week. Bye. I hope that you're walking away feeling more aligned with your true self, more confident in the choices ahead, and ready to leave the safe path behind, knowing you've got everything you need within. Remember, the journey to you isn't about finding one perfect direction. It's about trusting yourself enough to explore all of it. If you're ready to dive deeper, join me for the next episode and don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss the next step on your path. I invite you to join my mailing list at www.cynthiajamisoncoach.ca, where we'll deepen our relationship and you can claim your copy of Your Inner Compass, a guide to charting your course to authenticity. Until next time, stay unfiltered, stay true, and most importantly, stay you.